Okay, so that's me put the plate in there. The inside looks a bit rough. There's the outside of it. So what I'll do now is I'm going to actually take this down and sandblast it, because I want to get that. There's a secondary lip on there. You can see a little bit there. So I'll take that and I'll find out exactly where it's been crimped, and then I'll take that secondary lip off, clean the inside, and there's a few bits there you can see need re-welding. But basically that's how it's going to look. If you imagine that's how it's going to be on there. So all 4 gauges will go in and up at a slight angle towards me, so it should look nice. But I'll sandblast it or get all this stuff off it, because it's got very thick primer on it, which is a filler primer. I don't know why it was painted, but it must have been with a bunch of gear, and I thought maybe I'd protect it, I don't know. But anyway, it should never have been painted. But I'll give it a clean now, sandblast, and we'll see how it looks and what needs to be retouched in with the welding before I cut the 4 pilot holes in it, and then cut these out with a hole cutter, and then put the gauges and see how it all looks in the end. Okay, so I'll try and show you what's going on. It's a bit difficult because I'm doing it with one hand, but I'll leave the hoover off, and it'll get a bit smoky in there because the noise is quite bad, but I'll just show you. Light this up. So that's how she looks. Oh, yeah. That looks that's pretty good. That's cleaned up nicely. So you can see this is a different style of gun that it actually comes with. This is Clark, and this is not the original gun. This is a kind of like a semi-pro gun. But the difference this makes compared to the Chinese shit that you get with it, it's like 10 times better. So, and obviously we have to use it in the garage here from the bigger compressor I've got down on the bottom side. So now the winter's over, I'll get rid of the Volkswagen out of here, this little 4x4, and yeah, start bringing some other stuff down here for doing work on, welding and so on. So this shop I want to turn into a spray area. So what we're going to do is, in the summer this year, is take this pergola off the roof, redo all the decking on top, and then we'll plasterboard it inside and make it into a spray booth. Spray booth come rubbing down area or whatever. So I'll finish with that. Do the next bit. And yeah. So I'll take this up and I'll give it a bit of paint. Because if you sandblast this literally within 24 hours, even a reasonably dry area, you'll start getting micro rust on it, especially after sandblasting. It's really, it's bad enough if you are rubbing down a car and you don't put some primer on it quickly. You'll get micro rust on it, but even more so with sandblasting, because all the grit's gone right into the little, tiny areas that you can't get to with a flat piece of sandpaper. So I'll take you back up and I'll show you after I've painted it up. So I've got this done, that's done on the inside. That's how it looks on the outside. Obviously this will be going the other way up. Imagine this is going to be that way straight, so this will be pointing towards me. And I've made the basic marks. I've done it mainly by eye, but I'll get the center point to make sure it's exactly the center, then drill that, and then use a hole opener to open up for the gauges. I'll obviously use those to get the centers for them. Yeah, and then I'll cut them out and then get that nice and flat. You can see there's a few bits here, well, hopefully you can see them, where it really needs re-welding, but it's a lot of faffing around. So because it's internal, what I'd probably do is just put some filler on it, there's a few bits that need tidying up around the edges, so that's what I'll probably do. I'll probably put some filler on it just to tidy it up a bit, and this will be painted the same baby blue as the car. So when we do the car, we'll do all the other bits with it as well. So that's the next job that has to be done. It's quite porous. Well, porous is probably the wrong word, but it's got added quite a lot of micro rust on it, and of course with sandblasting it, it's showing that up. That's why I'd probably put some very light skimmer filler on it just to make it look a bit tidier. That's all. So the good news is the safety devices front cage is now in at Mini Sport, and I've used Mini Sport because they gave me a better deal only. But they now got the front piece in, so that will be basically the front legs, which you'll tie into here. You can see where the strap is up in the corner. That'll go from there all the way along and down onto this leg here, and then there's a bar going across the top of the car there where that cable is now. You can see there won't be one down at the bottom. There is, it does come with that, but I don't actually need that piece because we've built our own internal tubular bar into that dashboard, and obviously it would get right in the way of where we've got the steering column as well. So the only two pieces we've got is the two sides and the piece across the roof line. So when that comes, I can get that fitted in, and then I can do some welding on the plates. These plates that are underneath here, I'll just bring this camera down if I can show you. I have to turn it towards me. These plates that are under here, what we intend to do is put round, where are we? It's hard to do it the other way around. We'll come this side. I'm going to basically put a half pipe in here in the center, and what that will do is allow the a jack stand that we have to roll on that, because if we lift the car from left to right, it's going to need to roll slightly on it, and this is why we're going to weld it onto these plates here. But we won't be welding the plate to the car for obvious reasons. I mean, it'd be hard to get it off afterwards, and you know, we might want to move it, or I don't know, whatever we're going to do in the future. So it's a future proof. I won't weld it on. I'll just weld this round bar onto it, and obviously that will be done on the front and the back, so that we can use this jacking system here. As you know, I've shown you a few times how this works. This will I'll probably end up doing one with a kind of pad on it, so that we can use the jack as well. I've got quite a few hydraulic jacks that we use, long reach ones and so on. But this method should work with this setup that I've got here right now. So hopefully we can start using that. So yeah, looking forward to that. I think that'll give me a bit of motivation to crack on with it, because we've already got the side extrusion bars which come down right down in line with this seat basically along here, but obviously I need the front bars in it to see where they go. So I'll bring you back when I've got some more done on this one. Yeah, so I'll use a set of compasses to get this measurement from here to here and find the exact center of them, and then I can get these drilled out, and we'll check the gauges. Obviously I'll do them all because the gauges, we're going to have to buy all the same, so I need to buy 2 more gauges. As I say, I've got the what have we got here? We've got, this is the fuel one, the stack gauge, and I think basically I got these from Mark from Bolt, and it looks like there he's put 20, which I guess is 20 litres, and then why that's still up I don't know. Anyway, that's 20 litres on the left hand side, and the other one's full, I think. So just over half a tank is probably saying it's full. Anyway, so there's that one, and then the other one is this oil temperature. So I'll use stack for the oil pressure and for the water temperature, and that will give us the 4 gauges that we need. Hopefully they should look nice. So I'll bring you back when I've got some more work done. So I just tried that up in the centre just to see what it looks like. Obviously the holes are not cut out right. The metal spring hole cutters I've got are garbage, the teeth are gone on them. So I used the metal hole opener. just to see how it's going to look. I actually think that looks even better in the centre. I'm now thinking whether I should abandon it or not and actually just make a whole aluminium centerpiece coming over and then incorporate these switches into it. They need to be out this far to operate them from the seat when you're harnessed in. I'm just wondering whether to do that, or even possibly even buy a carbon fibre instrument panel. It might just be easier, certainly easier to cut out, that's for sure. I don't know, it's a nice idea of using something that's scrap, but I'm not too sure. I think that's possibly better there than there. The only reason I was going to go onto that side is there's only a hose behind it, so there's no electrical panels or anything. Behind this one is the Weber and the main filter, and the idea is I want to be able to take that centre one out, and so I can check the filter from time to time. Not a lot, but from time to time. So yeah, it's a bit of a dilemma. We'll see. I think we've got a fair bit of time to play with it though. So on that note, I guess it's as usual, stay safe. Particularly now, stay safe. Keep the faith and enjoy your hobby. Take care, everybody. Bye.